Hello Year 9, welcome to this presentation on Key Stage 4. This is the next stage of your education journey and it really is your time to shine. I want to go through with you some of the key elements of Key Stage 4 so you get a flavour of what's to come. As you know, my role at the school is assistant head teacher and I currently oversee Key Stage 4, and I'm really looking forward to welcoming you to this important part of school, but also guiding you through some really exciting events and moments over the next 2 years. You are the next generation of Coopers Cockburn and you've got this opportunity to really prove yourself and show us what you're about. And as I said, I'm really looking forward to see you develop over the next 2 years at Coopers Cockburn. So what's it about? What do you do in Key Stage 4? Here we go. Let's go through some of the main moments. So in Year 10, we look at a number of different things, as you can see on this timeline here. We start with talking about work experience. At the end of Year 10, you take part in work experience at a company of your choice or one that we organise for you, and we work with you on that. It really is an exciting time to see what's out there and to give you a goal, give you a vision, give you a drive of what you might want to do in the future, or maybe of what you might not want to do in the future, but it helps create that motivation and a sense of direction in terms of where you're heading. So we really value work experience. It's something as a school we put a lot of time and effort into, and by the time you do this in 2022, work experience will be back up and running and a really brilliant part of your time at school. And as you can see, there's a timeline through things such as careers interviews, through to the Duke of Edinburgh. We really value the idea of character building in Key Stage 4. Yes, we have a clear goal in Key Stage 4, which is the GCSE exams, but along that journey there's lots of opportunities and events available at Coopers Cockburn which develop your character in terms of your communication, your teamwork, your leadership skills, your initiative. All of these things set you apart in the future and make you a well-rounded individual, and we really value that. So the Duke of Edinburgh, as you can see there, that launches around the October-November time. I really encourage you to take part in that and be involved, because it really is something that can develop all of those traits which will help you in the future. Moving on, we have things such as Parents' Evening to give parents regular updates on feedback on how your child is settling into Key Stage 4, and then any areas which could do with a boost at that moment or areas which are going really well. So it's important we regularly communicate with students, with you, but also with parents as well. So we've got a joint working really on developing the progress that goes through the Key Stage. After Parents' Evening, we've got obviously classic country dancing at Coopers, which is obviously a tradition, through to, again, exciting opportunities and events. I wanted to highlight some of these throughout Key Stage 4. There's the media trip that often takes place, again, more DV, other trips in other departments you can see there as well. And we move all the way through. Obviously, that's the extracurricular side, the opportunity side, which is really important. But on the academic side as well, there's a real strong focus towards the Year 10 exams, which are at the end of that year, which are the first opportunity to sit in an exam hall and to do the assessments as they would be done at the end of your Key Stage 4 journey. And we pride ourselves on giving you as much preparation, practice, and support as possible so that you can perform at the best possible level at the end of Key Stage 4. And there's a number of different parent workshops throughout this Key Stage 4 journey, as well as student intervention and support to get the best result at the end of it. As you can see, after the Year 10 exams, we have a results day, a Year 10 results day, which again has a similar feel to how the GCSE results day would be. So you've got an understanding of the feelings you go through and that kind of emotion as well. So you know what you want in the future and what you don't want in the future in terms of those emotions. And it also gives you really valid feedback, so you know what to improve as we move into Year 11. Of course, at the end of Year 10, we have Sports Day, an amazing event at Coopers Cockburn, which brings everybody together, which I think we all need now more than ever, to be honest. And so I'm sure you're very much looking forward to that at the end of Year 10. And that is your final Sports Day, because in Year 11, unfortunately, you don't have a sports day because you will be sitting your final exam. So that's the moment where you get to step up and be role models and really promote your house and bring everybody together at that time. And then following that, as I said, there is the work experience, which will start at the beginning of September, giving you ideas of what you might want to do, giving you lots of resources and information, and then you go off on your 2-week work experience at the end and have a brilliant time and learn what it's like in the real world, which again, I hope helps to motivate you, drive you, maybe gives you a bit of maturity as well in that sense, and gets you really firing on all cylinders for year 11. So that's a bit about the year 10 journey. Obviously, you miss 100% of the shots you don't take. So we really want you to grasp these opportunities and make the most of all the things we're going to offer you over at Key Stage 4. And if you do that, you'll be flying all the way to the top of the journey and really performing at your best as you go throughout year 10. Year 11 is a very similar story in some senses, but also a bit more focused towards those exams at the end of the year. So we give you lots of support throughout year 11. And again, we pride ourselves on the amount of support we give to Key Stage 4 students. You will not get more support than you've had so far than you'll get in Key Stage 4. And as you can see here, we've got a number of different things. I'll just highlight a few of them. We work with a company called Elevate. Elevate are a world-leading company on revision tips, success for exams, and we do a lot of work with them throughout year 10 and also year 11. There's a real focus about how to revise effectively. What are the best students doing in the world to score really well in these exams, and how can you replicate that? We get Elevate in work with us, and they are absolutely brilliant, and they do some parent workshops as well as I said, student in-house support. Moving throughout, obviously this year is really geared towards what are you doing next, where are you going after your year 11 journey. And for some people that will be staying at Cooper's Cockburn, but for others that will be going on to a new college, a new sixth form environment. And we support all students towards their goal. And at the start of the year, we really get students to think about, right, what is it I want to do? Where am I heading? What are my grades looking like? Where does this allow me to get onto? And it's very much an individual journey. There's no right pathway. And I really try to encourage that it's what you want to do, what's best for you, what qualifications in the future are going to be best for your journey. Is it A-levels? Is it BTECs? All right, is it an apprenticeship program, which is slightly different as well? But everybody has their own journey, and every journey is equal in terms of that. And we give as much support as we can to help you make those right decisions. We have a fantastic careers advisor in the shape of Mrs. King, who's our head of careers, and she does some wonderful work throughout year 10 and throughout year 11, guiding students and providing career support. And we're really, really proud of that. So coming into now October and November time, you can see here there's a build up into the first set of mock exams for the year. Again, we give students lots of support to prepare them for that. Those mock exams are the first opportunity to complete more of the exam. The year 10 exams will be part of the exam, but this is more of the papers that will be involved in the final exam, and to give students a real steer on what they're doing well at in terms of their subjects and what topics need more development. And they're a milestone. We say this to students, they're a stepping stone. These mocks are a stepping stone to the final end product. So we try to break things down to make it more manageable into small chunks rather than overwhelming with that big goal at the end. So there's mocks you can see there that take place around November time. Off the back of the mocks, they produce for us predicted grades, which will then be used to apply for the colleges and sixth forms, as I just mentioned. We have another mock results day, and we have a Beyond 16 interview after that. So every student sits down with a member of the senior management team, senior leadership team, and we find out about their Beyond 16 plans and where they're heading, and give support and guidance and advice on what looks good, what could be improved, and make sure everybody's got a secure Beyond 16 plan in place. Off the back of that, we have after Christmas, we're really coming to like the business end of the Key Stage, if you like. So there's lots of intervention that happens. We run a Pixel Challenge each year, which is a great team challenge where students try to earn points and prizes to try to improve their current grades, improve their revision strategies, and things like chocolate and pizza given out. I know that's not too healthy, but we do run that as well at that time. Just to really push students and inspire them to perform at the very best. What's the best you can show us of yourself? And that's motivation is so important at that time of year. And then we move on to a final set of re-mock exams, as you can see up the top there, to do those final tweaks. What is it, the final bits of information you need to put in place in this jigsaw puzzle? What are the final bits of topics and revision you need to increase before, as you can see up there, we lead into the final GCSE exams. So the prize at the end is those GCSE exams. So we always say to students, keep your eyes on the prize. And again, you will move all the way up that table, all the way up that graph, and really succeed, aim high and fly at the end. So your exciting year ahead. It really is a pleasure to oversee Key Stage 4. There are so many brilliant, wonderful moments that I witness and the heads of year witness and your form teachers witness as well. One of these moments is the bow party. We've run this now for a number of years. It's a tradition of the school, and we support local children, local disadvantaged children who do not have the means to have as nice a Christmas perhaps as we do. And we support them, we buy them presents, we do a lot of charity work for them. And these are students that have got disabilities, hearing impairments, visual impairments, and we bring them to school and we host a Christmas party for them. And it really is a wonderful occasion, and they have the best time ever. The school that we currently work with are based near to where our old school was, actually, in East London. And they look forward to this the whole term. It is the highlight of their school calendar to come to Cooper's, to see all of our Year 11s, and the Year 11s dance with them. They help them with their food. They look after them for the evening. They play with their presents with them. They give them their toys. Somebody will dress up as Santa Claus, as Father Christmas, and his elves, as you can see in the picture there. So that would be a Year 11 student. And it's all run by the students, and it's a real sense of pride, accomplishment, and teamwork. And it inspires the students to do that more often, and actually shows them what they're really capable of. So it's a really fantastic event. We really look forward to each year, and we can't wait for the current Year 9s to go onto that pathway and produce this wonderful bow party, it's called, in the future. Obviously, we have other things like the prom, which is a very exciting moment for many of our students. And it's a way to celebrate the year, to celebrate what a fantastic, wonderful year group they have been throughout the 5 years at Cooper's. And again, this is run, managed and designed by the students, obviously with help from the head of year. And it turns out into a wonderful moment of celebration and moving forward to the next part of their chapter. And clearly, the ultimate end product is the GCSEs for this Key Stage 4 journey. But it's not just about academic success. Whilst that is obviously very important, we place a strong emphasis on all these other qualities, which is the character building. It's the well-rounded individual, which is going to open up the doors to success in the future and really go through the door and really thrive. So having that balance between academic focus plus extracurricular plus opportunities, I think produces the well-rounded students that we are so proud of, and we know that Year 9 you're all going to become that. So this is just a highlight. Each year we try to have a motto with the year group at Key Stage 4, and this becomes evident in Year 11. We've had a number of different mottos now over the past 5 years, and it's a way to bring the students together, to bring the year group together and to have a focus and an aim. So this year, the motto for our current Year 11s is Rise Up and Shine On. Clearly, this has been a really difficult year, 2020, and into the start of 2021 for our students and everybody. And we're encouraging the students at Cooper's Cockburn to rise up and shine on, to show us the very, very best of them. Like the Phoenix, that's our kind of motto for this year, our logo for this year. The Phoenix is a mythical creature which continually rises from the ashes over and over again. And that's what we are doing as a society, really, but Year 11 are doing. They're rising up and carrying on. They're rising up and shining on each time. Yes, there's bumps in the road continually at the moment, but each bump makes us stronger and makes us better as individuals, and the students are really putting that into their schoolwork. To every time they get some feedback, it helps them rise up. Yes, there's been disruption in and out, but they're using that to make them stronger, more independent, more resilient, and they're going to shine as brightly as possible when it comes to their GCSE results this year, which have clearly been being assessed slightly differently this year, but that makes no difference to them. They're going to shine on as much as they can from this point forwards. So each year we have that. Year 9, you'll have a motto to look forward to. I haven't thought of it yet, but it'll be just as exciting as this one. So we provide regular communication throughout Key Stage 4. Here you can see some of the milestones. This is what I was talking about. We try to break things down into milestones rather than overwhelming with the end product. And this is a few of the milestones that come up in Year 11, for example. And I just wanted to highlight on this to show how we regularly communicate with the students and the parents, that everybody understands the key dates coming up, nothing's missed, and everybody makes the most of these opportunities. And this year, as I said, the year group are keep rising at every stage, every opportunity. They get better and better and better. So motivation is a really key aspect in Key Stage 4, and I try to encourage this along with the heads of year as much as possible. Something we've been focusing on this year is a story about Eliud Kipchoge. Eliud is the fastest marathon runner of all time, an incredible human, absolutely amazing. And he, I'm sure many of you saw about a year ago now, managed to go under 2 hours for a marathon, which is just a phenomenal time. It's amazing. And I try to encourage the students and students watching or work with you to learn stories from these role models that we have in our lives and around us, to make you the best version of yourselves. So Eliud, for example, this is what we've been working on with Year 11. Initially, Eliud missed the 2 hour barrier. He ran 2:03, I think it was 2:04. So he just missed it. Or it might have been less than that, but he just missed it. But he didn't just give up. He actually said, right, what do I need to do differently? How am I going to make this the next time? So things he started doing was, for example, displaying his goals. Initially, his goal was 2 hours. Nike Run 2, I think the event was called, but he changed it to the Ineos 159 challenge. He actually displayed the goal 159 rather than displaying the goal 2. So things like this, displaying your goals around you in your room, in your house, maybe on the TV, on the fridge, wherever you normally go to, reminds you of where you're heading and gives you that sense of direction. So displaying goals is really important. Supporting each other, you're a team. Yeah, your friendship group, your year group, your form group, support each other. Eliud, for example, surrounded himself by the best athletes of all time in the world. Obviously, clearly he is the best marathon runner of all time, but he got the very, very best distance runners in the world. And they worked in teams around Eliud. So they had shifts on the marathon where they would come in and out and they would rest. Eliud would carry on running. But he did that to make him run faster. So think about your friendship groups and surround yourself by positive people, people that are going to lift you up and not drag you down. So think very carefully about that as you go over this next 2 years. Who's part of my team, who's helping support me, and make the most of your network, from your friends, to, as I said, to your form group, to your teachers, to your form tutor, your head of year, and there's many other students in the school, and obviously your parents and your families give you so much support as well. So make sure you're using that team to lift you up as high as possible. And another thing that Eliud did, let's move me up here. So Eliud would always stay positive, okay? Even when he was hurting on mile 17 in a marathon, when it really, really hurts. It does, because I've run a few now, and I can tell you, mile 17 is a hard mile in a marathon. But he used to try to trick his body, so you can see there he's grimacing. So he used to force a smile on his face, because a smile would actually trick his body and make him feel better than he was really feeling. Really, he didn't want to be smiling, but he would do that. So the more positive you stay over this Key Stage 4 journey, the outcomes will be better for you. Your performance will be better. You'll make the most of, as I said, the opportunities, and your grades will be higher as well by keeping that positivity and that sense of resilience. I can do this. I'm just not there yet. What do I need to do to get there? All right, and that's a really good lesson to learn from Eliud. So that's just an example of some of the things that we do throughout Key Stage 4. And all of this makes a huge difference. All of this is the support that we give, and we give so much support throughout Key Stage 4, as you can see here. Just some examples, I haven't gone through all of them. I've done it in a heart shape to show that we care so much about the students, we care about you, we care about your progress. There's so many members of staff here that put in so much support, and as I said, this is a time in your school career where you will get more support than perhaps you've ever had before. Make the most of it. We obviously care so much about the students in the our motto of love as brethren, and that's why I've done it like a heart shape here. But there's so much coming up to really help you, so please don't worry about it. We're here to help you, guide you, hold your hand throughout this journey, and we'll make the most success with you that is possible, providing you buy into all this as well. And I know you really will, because you are a brilliant year group, and I'm so looking forward to you coming through Key Stage 4. And there's the heart. Key Stage 4, support and care. All right, that's what we do, and that's what we're proud of providing to all of you. So it just leaves me to say for all of you, eyes on the prize. This is what we're looking forward to. So when you start Key Stage 4, this is the end product. This is the ultimate goal at the end, August 2023. When you're sat there, when you're opening up those exam results, and you have that really good feeling that you put in so much effort, and you're really, really proud of those results, whatever you get, whatever level you're at, but you know that if you've made progress and you've improved throughout that journey. So keep your eyes on the prize. That's where we're heading, and that's where we're aiming. And you can see there are a couple of students that were really proud of their results when they got them a few years ago now up in our school theatre. So finally, my tips for success, for a successful journey. Number one, be organised. Okay, be organised. So organisation is key from the start. So organising notes, keeping things in order, having a folder for your worksheets, things like that. Time management, all right, checklists. They can be really, really helpful. So organise yourself from the start, and that will help your revision in the future. Secondly, be proactive. I've spoken a lot in this presentation about opportunities. Make the most of opportunities. Do you need some extra help? Email your teacher. Go to your head of year. We have learning support assistant here. We have Mrs. Kite, who's absolutely brilliant to give learning support to all of our students. We have sixth form mentors. If you speak to the head of year, to Mrs. Kite or former tutor, we can arrange that for you in a subject. But you need to be proactive. So you need to use the opportunities around you to make that difference. So make your own path. Don't let somebody make it for you. You're in control of your journey. Be proactive. Have a growth mindset. You know I love talking about a growth mindset, but failure is the first opportunity in learning. Yes, you will fail over Key Stage 4. You will do, right? And we fail all the time in our lives, but failure is not a negative. Failure helps you grow, and the mistakes you learn from a piece of work that you hand in and you don't quite get the mark you want, look at it. Okay, why didn't I? What do I need to do to improve? Be proactive. How can I develop this? All right, and that will help you grow and improve on the journey. If you get a bit of work back and then put your head in the sand and think, oh, right, I'm not good at that topic, I just won't revise it, head in the sand, ignore it, it's not going to go away. That problem will still be there, right? But if you do something about it, that's how you improve, and that's how you get the best grades and the best version of yourself possible. So have that growth mindset as you move throughout Key Stage 4. And finally, be involved. Cooper's Cockburn we pride ourselves on the amount of opportunities, the extracurricular available, and we've missed that this year. Unfortunately, we haven't been able to offer anywhere near as much as we want to because of the pandemic. But in September, it's looking so very likely now that we'll be able to offer so much more, and back to our usual offering of the many clubs per week, the trips that we always go on. So make the most of everything that's coming up. Be involved. There's leadership opportunities. There's opportunities to be prefects, captains, right? Put your application in. Make sure you're part of these processes. Even if you don't get it, right, it's still important to be part of that, because that will help you grow and develop. All right, so make the most of what's coming up. Help each other, help others, and be part of the school. Be part of what Cooper's Cockburn is, and you will come out of the journey in the best possible version of yourself. And here's some people at the end of the journey to show you. All right, this was our wonderful Year 11 cohort from 2020. The end wasn't quite the same as what we thought it would be, but that didn't matter. They made it through, and look at them with their results. We tried to make results day an extra bit special for them. So we had some cakes, we had a "We Are So Proud of You" sign, a balloon arch. But you can see there them so happy with how they did and where they got to. And we were very, very proud of them in how they did. So that's an example of the end. That's the goal at the end. That's where we're headed. All right, after these 2 years. So thank you very much for listening. It really is your time to shine. I'm very much looking forward to working with you. I hope that provided you with a lot of guidance and advice for Key Stage 4. And yeah, we look forward to having you with us, the next generation of Coopers Cockburn. So if you've got any questions at all about Key Stage 4, please email me, or when you come back to school, please come and see me and I'll try to provide you with some information. But for now, thank you for listening, and always love as brethren. Thank you.